Hey everybody, this is Darrin, your starting over coach, with another episode of Just Talk So We Can Listen. Today we're going to have a conversation about what happened at the Spring Valley High School over here in Columbia, South Carolina, and with the officer Ben Fields in that situation where he grabbed the young girl, flipped her out of her chair violently and dragged her out of the classroom. The reason I waited this long is because I want some of that, that hoopla, that frenzy to kind of die down, so we can have a kind of a normal, conversation about it without, fire that cop and what's going on in South Carolina, cops being violent and blah, 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 the continued, trending frenzy that's been going on. And I did this to pose this question. Do we have selective outrage? What I mean is that we pick and choose what we're going to scream and holler about. And the reason why I pose it that particular way, because look how fast this went viral at Spring Valley. It went viral within a matter of hours to where it was everywhere. So everybody kind of hopped on it and made it the trend and the topic of the day. They just went with it. It was on every radio station. It was on every podcast, just about. Everybody who had a voice had this on their message. So now, a couple of days later, it's gone. You're hardly hearing about it. You're seeing it in a couple of other spots, but really it has died down. So that 15 minutes of fame that made it all hot is gone. It's no longer trending like it used to. So that's what I mean by, do we have selective outrage? Okay, because there are many other problems that are just as bad as that particular situation that we don't trend about. That don't get the kind of media attention, that this particular situation had. So think about domestic violence, think about child abduction, think about poor grades in school, think about obese children. There are so many topics out there, that poverty, that has such an importance to us as a community, that we don't trend about. So why this specific thing garnered so much? Yes, it was violent. Yes, it was graphic. And I think that's where the love affair comes into. We harp on what's violent, what's aggressive, the strong, jumping on the weak, the bullying effect that we're all over. I think that had more to do with it, as well as the fact that it was a big, huge white cop on a young, petite black child. So there was other things that made it trendy as well, that you feel you could comment on and let social media go crazy with. But then understand, how does that incident matter to you when you compare to other things? As a parent, I could see, if that was your daughter, I could see the emotional outcry. As a male on a female, I could see the outcry. As a big man on a small person, I could see the outcry. Okay, so I understand where it comes from. I'm looking at the frenzy of it all. That people, it was like chum in the water with sharks and piranha. As soon as I went in the water, everybody was feasting. Everybody was all over it. So they forgot about the kidnapped child. They forgot about, poverty. They forgot about, poor education in schools. They forgot about domestic violence. They forgot about all the other problems that we have going on around the same time. So what I'm saying, don't let the trend distort your personal commitment to where you feel yourself as a person, as a community, in what you value. Don't let the shock of it all, the shock in media, be the only thing that gains your attention. And if you're gonna get on board, stay on board. Okay, support people who want to make a difference, who want to make a change. Don't just go, oh, I can't believe what that man did to that girl, and let it go. If you're not going to get involved, then don't control the narrative for other people. Don't do all these comments and all this talking and then go, see, that was bad, and then go on about your rest of the day. If you're going to get involved, stay involved. That way, that change does come. Don't let it be about a handful of people, sticking to the matter and everybody else not sticking to the matter. That's how things don't get done. If we're going to be a community of people who care, let's continue to be a community of people that care. That way we can solve these problems. We can address these issues and we can make changes. But if we're not going to do that, it becomes just a 10-minute media frenzy, and then it's gone. And then nothing gets done. And that seems to be our problem. We're all about the immediate shock and the immediate awe. Then after that, we're done. So if that's the kind of person you are and that's how you see things, then how are we going to make changes? We spend all this time saying negative things about the president, negative things about our so-called leaders, but yet then we don't support any particular cause for betterment. If we just come together as a people, we can solve anything. Okay, so me as a coach, I believe my platform is taking care of the body, mind, body, and spirit, because when you do that, you have the strength, the mentality to focus on other things, because you're now disciplined to solve problems. But when you're weak of mind, weak of body, and weak of spirit, it's hard for you to stay on task. You see? So once you fortify yourself on what you believe in and why you believe it, and you want to be with like-minded people that believe the same thing you believe in, then you have a community that can make change. Because the more we get together, the more we can solve. If we're all out here just throwing in words and saying your 2 cents and then going, we're not really solving anything. So that's my take on how we're gonna fix these problems with that particular cop, that particular incident at Spring Valley. Really care about what you want to change, and support that change. Stick by it, no matter what it takes. If it takes a donation, if it takes you giving a helping hand, if it takes you just showing up and showing support, then that's what you do if you really care about that particular topic. Because other than that, it's just media noise. We're just trending on what's trending hot for today, and then it's gone. So this is Darrin, your starting over coach, with another episode of Just Talk So We Can Listen. And I am talking about selective outrage. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Be safe and take care.